Is it still hot if I touch it? Like really hot?
Yes.
Do it. No, I got it. Oh, that's okay, it's hot, yeah. Oh my God, when did it turn to fucking winter? Hello, welcome, we are back. We're at Fogo de Chão at a Brazilian steakhouse. I am so excited. It's like the creme de la creme, like luxury steak experience. We're gonna have meat, more meat, so much meat, hair in my mouth, seafood, appetizers, drinks, dessert. Did I say meat? More meat. Let's go. Caipirinha. This morning in the car on the way here, I was just like going over every single word today. Can I steal the glass? I really like the cup. I already want the cup in my purse. It smells like strawberry lemonade. We have 3 different caipirinhas, and we have a strawberry hibiscus, we have the premium, and then we have a mango habanero. If you haven't had this before, it's really similar, or people consider it similar to a mojito. So it's gonna be like very like sweet, but then you have a little zing of a flavor in it. Ooh, you can definitely taste the cachaça, and that is, woo, it's like 11 a.m. Is it even 11? I don't even know what time it is. It's 11:20. Okay, it's 11:20, that's fine. Wow.
You're just, the sound that makes.
So we are in the first round, which is actually not technically appetizers, but this is the bar food menu. You don't have to sit at the bar to eat it, but it's kind of more like the playful quick bites. We're gonna start with the Picanha Burger, which smells so heavenly. What do we have in here? We have a chimichurri aioli. We have smoked provolone. Look how much meat is in there. That's a lot. And it's juicy. The burger is kind of like dripping. Oh my God. Okay, juicy burger. When it's such a thick cut like that, I always consider it that it would be dried out, but no. The chimichurri, like you have this really great parsley, garlic flavor coming out. And it's very juicy. Holy, do you see that? It's just like dripping everywhere. It's the aioli. That is a damn good aioli. So we never really try the fries at different restaurants, but these are polenta fries. And it looks like that is smoked paprika on top. And I just need to know what's going on here. Oh, it's crispy, almost like it has a hard outer shell. And it's so fluffy on the inside. Almost like a double fried, really large McDonald's French fry. Wow, that's an amazing French fry. That's some really spicy paprika. It's really fresh. Really fresh. Okay. Okay, we have our Brazilian empanadas, which is one of the more popular items to get for the table. Look at this beautiful, beautiful golden crispy, flaky empanada. And we're gonna put it in our chimichurri aioli. This is so simple. There's not too much in here at all. This is incredibly well seasoned. I think I see a little bit of onions in there. Maybe those are peppers? Question mark. But it is so flaky, the crust. Oh my gosh. I actually eat the whole thing. I firmly believe every culture has its dumpling, and this is Brazilian's dumpling, the empanada. And it's a delicious thing. It's really the aioli as well that's making this taste so glorious. Okay, this is the classic caipirinha, which is the national drink for Brazil. Does America have a national drink? What would it be? What is America's national drink? Like a Long Island iced tea with like an extra shot of Red Bull. This is what a national drink should taste like. I didn't even explain what it tastes like, but it's just so refreshing and it cools you down. We've had some drinks where it tastes like almost like limeade, and it's really, really sugary sweet. And even though this drink is sweet, it has just the right amount of like, what's the right word? It's like tart or bitter that is added to it, so it just smooths it out more. I actually like this one better than our strawberry. We have the braised beef rib sliders, which also have that smoked provolone that we had on the burger earlier. Oh, look at that aioli. It's a very traditional pepper aioli in which I can't pronounce it. Say the pepper name again.
Mala.
Mala.
Malagueta.
Malagueta. Malagueta. Malagueta aioli. Okay, we have our braised beef slider with smoked provolone. Anytime it's just smoked, I feel like it tastes so much better. You know what it tastes like? Like a French onion soup flavor. Like the onions in there and the smokiness. I think I would choose this over the burger. This one has like a range of flavors. Wow. I might start sweating. It's burning my tongue, but I love it. Wow, I didn't expect, is this like really showing my whiteness that I find that an aioli spicy? I wasn't expecting how spicy that was, but I'm enjoying it. Like the heat on my tongue feels so good. Up next is the mango habanero Caipirinha. Okay, it's just building up the spice from the aioli and it's really playing together really well. Okay, the mango in this is extremely sweet, ripe mango. Ooh, it looks almost like it's like a mango puree. That, if you really love like a super sweet mango flavor, like it's almost like a mango candy flavor. If you want to taste more of the cachaça though, I think that you should go with a strawberry hibiscus one. Yay! I'm so excited we have a dip. Warm hearts of palm and spinach dip. I love the little hearts of palm on here. It's all stacked. You know when you have those onion volcanoes? It's like an onion volcano, but hearts of palm version. This is the first spinach dip we had that isn't taken over by cheese. Every other spinach dip we've had has like 3 leaves of spinach and then it's just cheese. This tastes like it could actually be healthy for me. I know it's not, but I'm pretending it is. This is one that you eat by the spoonful. I kind of want to put it on top of the burgers. Oh my God, it's very salty in a good way. This is actually one of the first times where I genuinely loved every single thing except for the mango habanero. Everything else I very much enjoyed and would eat again, order again when I come. For an appetizer that you're sharing with people, my favorite is the beef slider and then the spinach dip. This dip is so good. You don't even need the crostinis. Tell them, take them away. You just need a spoon and you just sit there and eat with it. This is my security spinach artichoke blanket. I'm gonna keep this one. This is my favorite of the drinks. Thank you. Oh, that's a lot of mint. We're in round 2, and this is a little different than what we've seen before because we've actually made ourselves a little plate because it is family style. But before we do that, we have a caprese, beautiful. We have a potato salad. We have roasted bell peppers with some garlic in there and basil, which if you really, really love seeing gorgeous patterns and things looking like perfect, this dish gives you a moment of relaxation just staring at it. And then we have the Fogo Feijoada, which is rice. You have your beans with meat in here, and then you have a yuca flour combo that has sausage in there, basically lots of meat and fats all together into one dish. So we built it out kind of like so. We have so many different meats in here. We have bacon, we have pork, we have beef, we have sausage. I am really excited to try this because I feel like it's gonna be like a texture heaven. It's really comforting. If I had a Brazilian mother, I feel like she would make this for me when I'm feeling sad. Not spicy at all, to put that out there first. With the yuca flour, it's making it so it's like, has a little bit of like a crunch to it. And then you have just a really, really homey feeling to the meat. Also kind of reminds me of chili sometimes. It's so simple, that's the thing too. There's not that many like crazy flavors going on. There's some onion in here. We have oil in there, we've got bacon, we have sausage, we have beef, garlic, Tabasco. Did I say that there's bay leaves in there too? It's just like a very well-rounded, homey feeling dish. Like if you're trying to feel welcome. We have to do the roasted bell peppers. Ay, ay, ay. There's so many of them. I don't like peppers. Why did I try this? It's a cold pepper. If you mix it over here, it's kind of something that breaks it up. I'm not a pepper person. I don't know why I'd try eating peppers. Nope, I still don't like peppers. It's not their fault. It's just not my thing. Potato salad. We have mayo in here. We have parsley, carrots, red onion. I imagine there's probably some sort of vinegary flavor in here too. I don't get along with potato salad, but maybe this will change my mind. Ooh, what's crunchy? What am I eating that's crunchy? Is it this? I just had a really good crunchy bit. 1 second. I guess it's the carrots. This is a texture heaven, but the red onion gives you a little zip. It's just easy. Again, no nonsense, no drama going on with these. If you miss your mom's potato salad, Fogo's got you. We have our pineapple mint lemonade, no alcohol. Look how beautiful this is. You see there's a whole ass sprig of mint in there, just like through the pineapple. You have to try this and tell me if it tastes like a Dole Whip, like a pineapple minty Dole Whip flavor. I don't even understand how they did that because lemonade is not usually that kind of like creamy. It almost tastes like they put like some sort of vanilla in it to give it that creaminess, but wow. I don't know what they did to make their lemonade taste like a Dole Whip, but if you're missing Dole Whips, come to Fogo de Chão. So everything that we're trying from this round, I forgot to mention, is from the market table, which you can see behind me somewhere. And basically, you can go up as many times as you want and just take as much of food as you would like. There are so many options, but we are just showing you our favorites. It's insane. I do remember one time I came and I saw all the prosciutto and I was like, this is free? And they were like, well, you paid for it, but sure, it's free. I was like, I'm taking all of the prosciutto home with me. We're gonna have the Caprese salad next. And yes, Caprese is not Brazilian, but people just love Caprese. So what are you supposed to do? You can't deny them their love. Okay, it's gonna be, we have some mozzarella, we have our olive oil, salt, pepper, tomato, basil. That's a big bite. That's fine. It's fresh, it's easy, it's light, fact checking in my brain. I don't think I've ever had a bad Caprese. None of this is like fried, cheesy food, right? Like all this is very much like, feels light. I really love that. Favorites is this pineapple mint lemonade. I've never enjoyed a lemonade so much. They should really sell this somewhere. I would buy that, buy it in a jug. Holy crap. Oh no, my favorite is the one that I'm going to pronounce correctly. Fogo Feijoada. Feijoada. I didn't think that you actually get an entire salt block delivered to your table. I thought this was just what they were doing for us, but this is actually how it gets served to you. And then we have a dinosaur bone over here, an entire tower over here, and the butter has a candle. The butter gets its own little candle. Wow, okay, we have to do it. This has been going on for 15 minutes. It hasn't stopped sizzling. And we've had a few restaurants that have things that come out sizzling to some degree, and it is for a quick second and that's it. But this is it still hot if I touch it? Like really hot?
Yes. Do it.
No, I got it. Oh, that's okay, it's hot, yeah. Do we need to eat that first? No. It's like that really like hot girl in the room that's really loud and you're like, shh, let's talk to this person first. Okay, Chilean Sea Bass, the artichokes, lots of parsley yet again. This is gonna be probably the lightest thing we eat on the table. It has a little bit of a crispy exterior. It reminds me of a really, really deluxe high-end fish and chips, the way that it has almost like a crust to it. This feels like in the same realm as last round where it's light and easy to eat. You're gonna be able to eat the entire thing and you're not gonna feel like super bloated. It's very sweet and zesty. Okay, we have New York strip steak on a huge salt block that is the size of all of my textbooks from college. I don't know if it's because this knife is super heavy and cuts really well, or if it's also this meat is super tender, but that, I could have just used a fork to cut that. Oh, it smells just like butter and meat and salt. Holy she's hot for a reason. She's a full package. She's got personality to her. She's like a really hot, successful girl. Even the pieces that have a lot of fat on them, it melts. I think that I just saw them putting salt on it and that's it. And for it to have that much flavor, oh my God. It just melts on your mouth and then it's gone. And then all you want is more of it. I'm going to say something and then what if I have to take it back? Checking, fact checking all in my brain. I believe this is the best steak I've ever had. That is so good. I was like, that's a lot of meat. I don't know how one person would eat that, but I do understand. And it comes on a salt block. Have we, like, it's a I think it's a heavy salt block. It's heavy. So we have the Trilogy wines, and this one is Yulila, which is a wine dedicated to the matriarch of Fogo de Chão. I took 1 semester of wine appreciation in college, and I learned like 3 things. One was like checking the legs, and then I know that you're like supposed to take the wine, you just let it sit in your mouth, and some people actually like to like not gargle it, but like squish it around. I'm just gonna drink it and say it smells good. It's good. It's wine, it's grapes.
So wine.
That's a good grape. It's like an actually really nice glass of wine. I'm like, grapes! It's super delicate, and because I think that's because it's a red blend, it's kind of mixing the best of both worlds in there. I'm not gonna say it's chuggable, but it's very easy to go down when you're eating something that's really salty and buttery. This goes really nicely with it. I like that. That's Julia's review. Okay. Another tower that blocks my light. Who created the first seafood tower? When did we decide that this is how we display our crustaceans? We're gonna take the butter. If I had like a klepto problem, this would be the thing I would steal from here, because look at this. It is so adorable. It fits right into your purse. It's like a fondue pot. That's why I like it. I love fondue. An individual fondue pot, but for butter. Do I want this or do I want this? I did live in Maryland for a hot sec. No, I'm gonna redemption. There we go. I'm just not very good at doing this type of crab. I'm used to Maryland blue crab, to be honest. I like to excavate. Okay, butter. That was the dumbest. That is so embarrassing. I was like, I'm from Maryland.
Did you just also lose?
I did lose some of the crab in the butter. That's fine. Damn, I really messed that one up. I'm gonna fix this. I'm just gonna eat this one. I'm gonna cheat. I'm someone who likes my seafood hot, and having it cold is always like confusing for my brain. So the shrimp being cold makes sense, right? Like you dip it in the little sauce here, do that. That is cold. That's delicious. Oh man. God bless. The warm butter makes it, I was gonna say like a seafood hug, like a wet seafood hug. I don't know. Help me. The crab is delicious. Don't eat the crab meat how I'm doing it. I really made it like the least sophisticated thing possible. I would get the seafood tower as something to get for the whole table. It's honestly just a big power trip being able to order it and being like, yeah, I ordered that. Because everyone else at the restaurant is looking at you and they're like, whoa, that person, they're celebrating something. They are special. It's like a trophy on your table. We're gonna have the wine. We have the Malbec. I look up the history of every restaurant and like think I do a really great job beforehand. I got the history of this place wrong. I would have thought it was only 1 set of brothers, but it's actually 2 set of brothers. And so this is one of the brothers of the set's wine.
Who founded it?
Who founded it? Fogo de Chão. Robust.
Nice.
Highly robust. This one's more powerful and like, I'm not gonna say tobacco-y, but a little bit stronger, a little bit more punchier. Oh wait, we didn't even talk about this.
Oh yeah.
We have to talk about this. This is so important. Fun fact, this is a Rodizio style steakhouse, Brazilian steakhouse. That means Rodizio, like rotating. So they're coming around to your table, which is why you have this. Green, go, more. Red, stop, I'm eating. My first time ever at Fogo de Chão, I just had it on the table on green the whole night. And I couldn't figure out why people kept coming up to me and asking for more meat because my plate was very full. And my ex-boyfriend at the time was like, hey, turn that over. Your plate is getting too big. And I was like, oh. So learn from me and put it on the red most of the time. Anywho, we are green, go, and we're gonna have this mammoth steak. We have a 42-day dry-aged Tomahawk. This is like a stick that you throw for a Great Dane dog. It's a dinosaur bone on your plate. It's massive. Okay, I guess we try it. May we discuss the salt flakes on here? Look how big the salt flakes are. Also, it just smells so beautiful. I feel like a cave woman. Okay, I'm gonna put some chimichurri sauce on it. This one still reigns supreme. This one is extremely close second. I think the chimichurri sauce is really nice because you're getting that kind of, has that garlicky flavor in there that you're missing. So it's adding more of an oomph to it. This is much thicker than the other steak we just had. So it depends on how much of like, how meaty you want your bite to be, right? But it's still melty. It's still melting in my mouth. A little bit more fat. Oh, I'm having a hard time explaining how this one's better than this one because they're, this one's also amazing. The New York strip steak on the salt block is, without a doubt, my favorite thing so far. I think the Tomahawk, since it is the 42-day aged, it has more of like a funk to it. I wouldn't say gaminess, but there is like a coating in your mouth after. So I think if you're trying to, you know, explore and try something new and different, this is really fun. However, if you just want, you know, a great time and to feel love and joy, yeah, just have this. However, we're not even actually done with all the meat, so I don't know why I'm acting like we're done here. This is our last but not least area. We'll like cue the beauty shots where you're gonna see that we have everyone carving the meat off. You have it on the skewer and you help, and you're taking your tong and you take it and you put it on your plate, right? So we have 3 different meats that you can do. We have the lamb chop, fraldinha, and the picanha. Here we go. Oh, lammy. I feel like lamb is a bit of a divisive meat because it has that bit of a gaminess. Again, like a funk. It tastes like it's like herbaceous meat. This is really, really well seasoned. I love lamb. I think this is really fun. I like my funky meat. It's like a little lamb lollipop. It's delicious. Now we have the picanha. The picanha, without a doubt, was the most beautiful thing to see come off the skewer. The slicing, the colors. So fun fact, to be able to learn how to cut all of the steaks, all of the meat, it takes a full year of training here. The person who's cutting this, they know what they're talking about. Wow. I don't know why, it reminds me of how McDonald's French fries feel. I know it sounds like a bad thing, but not in this case. There's something about fast food where it makes you crave it and you can't stop eating it, and that's what it's like, making me salivate. It is just perfectly tender. Like, this is how I like my meat cooked. Okay, our last piece of meat. Ooh, and then we get to go to the bread. This steak reminds me of flank steak, the way it's cut, but this looks much more tender than flank steak. It's slightly tougher than the picanha, but it's cut thinner, so it makes it easier to eat. I think the picanha is the best, and then the lamb chop because it just has such a fun flavor going on. And this one is a little bit more forgettable out of all of them. It's very plain. It almost like I would want to put something else on it to oomph it up. If you're trying to look for like a leaner cut of meat, you want something that you actually want to bite into, I think that's a good option. I'm lazy. I don't like biting into anything. I don't want to have to work that hard for my food. Chelsea's pointing to the wine. Come on, you're gonna make me have to talk about the differences of all 3? You know I'm not that cultured. Which wine is this? What is it?
Oleo.
Oleo? Okay, the Oleo wine. What?
Leão.
Oh, because it has that. Oh.
With the nose.
Oh. I'm really not trying to make fun of it.
Leão.
Leão. Ow. That's the, okay, because that's the same thing with the pau de queijo. Pau, like it's like a sound that I can't, my mouth doesn't know how to do it. So this wine is in honor of the, oh, nope, Julia, you got it. It's the American CEO of Fogo de Chão who brought Fogo de Chão to America. So it started in Brazil. They had 2 locations in Brazil, and then they took it to Texas, was the first American chain, or not chain, the first American Fogo de Chão. So it's named after the guy who helps them get it to Texas. I feel like this is like gonna be like a spicy wine. It's slightly, just a little bit of a punch. What's the differences? This one's lighter and tangier, not tangy, lighter, deeper and butterier. Okay, I like the first one the most, followed by this one, then by that one. Don't ask me which one's which. Wait, no, Ulila. I like Ulila the most. followed by this one. Editor will put in what the name of this one is. We're on the last thing of this round. This is the creme de la creme. This is one of the best parts about coming here. Bottomless, endless, free, cheesy bread, also known as pão de queijo. You can try to make it at home and it will never be the same as how they have it here. They are light, they are fluffy, they have a little bit of cheese in them. They're honestly, actually, they remind me of popovers. If you've ever had like a British popover, it's similar. It's bouncy. Oh, we'll do like a very big bite. That was very dumb. It almost has like a bit of an undercookedness to it where on the inside it's like slightly sticky where you can kind of taste the cheese. You can eat an entire bowl of these and you won't even notice. They're mainly air. There's a whole pocket of air and cheese and bread. Out of all the breads we've had at all the restaurants, this and the Cheddar Bay biscuit, top tier. Favorites? Obviously the bread. This is the best thing on the planet. The skirt steak on a salt block. Phenomenal. I will think about that one for a while. I'm just gonna sit here and eat some cheesy bread while we wait for the next round.
Dessert.
This is my dessert and my 3 wines, which I don't know the difference of. I hate being stupid. Life is so much harder being stupid. Goblet, thank you. Look at all my goblets. I'm holding my own hands right now because before we were about to shoot, I went like this and I tipped over that entire drink and it went everywhere and we have a new tablecloth. And now my hands are feeling shaky because I don't want to do it again. We have the Brazilian Gentleman. We have bourbon, passion fruit, and tawny port right on the top and then some bitters in here. This is stunning. I almost don't want to drink it because how pretty it looks. Pinky out. Oh, okay. Any kind of port, you usually get in those little tiny dessert glasses at the end of dinner. And it usually takes me a very long time, like 30 minutes to finish it because how sweet, it's almost sickening sweet for me and just how strong it is, which is what I tasted at first. But then when you get down to the bottom layer, the passion fruit is almost like a pureed, like gel passion fruit. Yeah, that is delightful. I feel like I'm in a tropical library and I'm reading a really good book, but then there's also like the breeze coming in. Does that make sense? It's like you have leather bound books, but you also have a hibiscus near you. Yeah. Up next, we have the Papaya Cream. It's a cassis, which is basically blackberry, a liqueur that goes on it. I'm mixing it together so that I'm getting a little bit of everything. Editor's note, I have grown up hating papaya, so we will see how I like this. And if I don't like it, Chelsea's gonna have to try it. Oh. It's lighter than whipped cream. What a strange texture. On top of a milkshake, when you get that little bit of whipped cream and it sits for about 6 minutes. That's the texture of it. It's really, really light and fluffy. The papaya flavor is extremely subtle. It's kind of like the papaya just kind of like did a whiff over it. Maybe I like papaya now. That's super surprising. Flan time. A little bit of a divisive texture for some people, but I love the creaminess of it. It's so simple. It's like a little bit of that burnt caramel flavor, but mainly just cream. This is gonna be strange, but a little bit like a cheese flavor to it, ever so slightly caramelly and cheesy. Yeah, but it's weird that it's like a Gouda cheese in the back of my throat with the flan, which I know would not sound good, but it just makes sense with. I really don't want to throw that drink again. It's a strange combination when I say it out loud, but when you taste it, it makes sense. So you're just gonna have to trust me on this. Ooh, passion fruit mousse with a puff pastry on top. This is what I'm excited for. This is beautiful. It looks like we have like a passion fruit kind of syrup in here with the mousse. Chels. My mom makes a passion fruit lemon curd thing that she adds blueberries to, and this tastes just like it, and it's. Am I beautiful?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. That is my ideal dessert. It's tart. It has a little bit of a sweetness to it, but it has that like more of like almost a bit of a sour flavor going on. And the texture's heavenly. It's really moussey. It's just really just like a cloud, a passion fruit cloud. This is our last thing at Fogo de Chão, which is the chocolate Brigadeiro cake. This is gorgeous and beautiful. If you've never had Brigadeiro, they're little tiny balls and you get chocolate sprinkles on them. It's like 3 ingredients to make it and they are delicious. Oh, you eat them pretty much immediately and there are never ever leftovers of them. We have this in a cake form, which I can only hope is just as delicious. Chocolate, confirmed. Very big bite. Very big bite. Somehow I want to go in for seconds on that. I think it's very interesting. All of the desserts here are texture based. It's a little bit of a thicker mousse than the rest of the desserts here. It's not like overtly dark chocolate. There are a lot of chocolate desserts when it's this big that is kind of chocolate overload. This one is able to balance it out, and I think it's because the actual mixture on the inside, it must be kind of like one of the condensed creams with chocolate or something. It's broken up a little bit better. The ganache reminds me of brownie batter, like just mixed brownie batter on top, and then the sprinkles are just adding that texture that you need, so it's not just mush, you know? Okay, favorite. The passion fruit mousse is without a doubt my favorite. I would come back just for that. I would say that the chocolate Brigadeiro cake is the best thing to share with the table. And if you're not sharing, you get that passion fruit mousse and you eat the entire thing. Also, shocking drink for dessert that I don't think I would have ordered myself, but I really, really love it. This is probably one of the only times I'm going to say this in one of these videos where I don't feel overtly full and feel sick and ill by the end of shooting this. I feel like a lot of the food here was super light and made it so that I just don't feel like I'm full of grease. Maybe that's also it. There's just like not that much grease in this food. But I have to say, this is definitely a place that's like a classy experience. I know there's a lot of restaurants that we go to that are very experience heavy, but this one is more of one when you're trying to impress someone. You know, you have your family in town and you're not having to pay, so you have them pay. We are gonna sit here for a bit, polish off some of these desserts and take the rest home with us. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. You know what to do. I'm gonna stay here so you can go. Great. But I'm gonna stay and eat. All right.